We've got our CoinDesk Week in Review panel to discuss all things BTC price and other Bitcoin news. Please welcome CoinDesk Editor-at-Large Christy Harkin in Toronto and Managing Editor of Tech and Protocols, Brad Keoun in Austin. Welcome, Brad and Christy. Happy Friday. All right, Brad. So Bitcoin just a half hour ago briefly went below $23,000. And what's going on with Bitcoin? Is it to do with the January PCE Price Index? It came in hotter than expected for the month of January.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, in general, we're kind of in this range all day today, and it's a down day across pretty much all markets after that PCE report. So, I don't think there's anything too notable about the $23,000 threshold per se. But yeah, this morning's that PCE report was kind of another piece of evidence that the Fed's still has some work to do before it's going to bring down inflation, and until we really start to see inflation coming down, the Fed's not going to be able to bring the punch bowl back, and clearly we're going the other way right now.
So does that increase the odds for a Fed rate hike of 50 basis points at the next FOMC meeting?
It does increase the odds. I think there's still, very much the minority odds. I think almost everybody's expecting 25 basis points at this next meeting. They downshifted at the last meeting, and so I don't think people think they'll take it up quite so soon unless there are some really drastic additional warning signs. But, I think what they don't want to do, the Fed, they don't like to scare people. So if they really made a drastic change right now, that would really scare people, and they like to move slow. So I think probably what they would do is go ahead and do 25 and then just probably keep hiking a few more times than maybe people thought they were going to do.
Anything interesting you found in the January minutes that were released this week?
I mean, the main story there that everybody was talking about was that there was some dissent within the FOMC. The Powell is clearly leading this downshift. He led this downshift towards the 25 basis points, and there's a few hawks on the panel that clearly thought that they should have done 50 basis points. So, it's just a sign that, here I am saying the speculation is the Fed will do 25 at the next meeting. But there are some people who think that we should go further, both inside the Fed and outside the Fed. Some really smart people who think they really need to keep going.
In terms of Bitcoin's trajectory, where do you see support and resistance? And I say this knowing that we've had technical indicators this week showing that Bitcoin's going to go up with the golden cross happening, where the 50-day moving average crossed the 200-day moving average. We also saw the wave theory pattern though display itself with QCB Capital warning, this wave pattern shows we're in for a leg lower.
Just stepping back, here and I'm just going to say, I was thinking about this before. I did call this. I rarely call the right answer. So when I called it, I'm going to claim credit. Last week, we were saying we might stall out here around 25,000. And that is kind of what happened. And, we had this big run up from 17,000. I think I said on the show last week, we had 5. We were up for 5 on 7 weeks. And the market kind of took a breather. And then here comes, some of the economic news. And that's also kind of helping to put the brakes on things. And so, people are reassessing right now. And so there's this indicator people are pointing to. There's that indicator people are pointing to. What's happening is we kind of hit 25, and we kind of hit that like a brick wall. In hindsight, there was a lot of resistance right there at 25, and here we are bouncing off of that. We're down around 23. So, some people are saying we go back up from here. Some people are saying we go down from here. I think kind of the jury's still split,
Zooming up still, we have Bitcoin versus the S&P 500. Still a better bet than the traditional markets.
I mean, I was a long-time student of traditional markets, and that makes me very much a skeptic of kind of the whole structure of our whole financial system. But the reality is, a lot of big money managers are just chasing returns, and so uh, you know, here we have, Bitcoin. That means that they sell Bitcoin when Bitcoin's underperforming, and they'll buy Bitcoin when it's overperforming. And here we have Bitcoin up 39% versus, S&P barely breaking even for the year so far. Here we are almost 2 months in. And, I think that is in itself bullish for Bitcoin. There's a lot of people who'd be like, geez, should we be getting in? And they don't care about SPF or the regulators or whatever. They're just looking at the price saying, hey, am I missing the boat? I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. They're certainly not paying attention to regulators. The IMF came out with a crypto action plan, and among their recommendations, they believe that countries should not allow Bitcoin to have legal status, legal tender status, that it's a threat to monetary sovereignty, and an outright ban should not be ruled out.